Hi, I'm Matt Joseph Diaz, working with Ravishly.com, and this week we're going to talk about mental illness. So this week, let's get personal, and that's saying a lot coming from me, because I just spent like 4 minutes talking about jerking off last week. I don't really get scared about opening up anymore. Once millions of people have seen you cry shirtless on the internet, being transparent isn't such a scary thing anymore. This is something I've never really talked about at length, and there's a reason for it. I'm a body-positive writer and speaker. I talk about how the numbers on the scale don't define you, and I don't want to be pigeonholed by the fact that I've lost so much weight. I was 497 pounds in 2009. I'm over 270 pounds lighter than I was then, but my online persona has always been rooted in being a very open person, and I think it's important to share this stuff. So let's just talk for a minute about my relationship with binge and emotional eating. Binge eating disorder is among the most common, but also most overlooked eating disorders. From appearances, it never really looks as devastating as anorexia nervosa or bulimia. There's a very real stigma around binge eating disorder because people just look at it and think, oh man, that's just a fat person who has no self-control. But in reality, it's a psychological thing. Your emotional dependency on food, your relationship to it. It often comes with a lot of restrictions. Even when I was really young, I wouldn't say I had a lot of friends, but I knew a lot of people. And it became clear at a pretty young age that there was this emotional distance between myself and every other person I met. I had a lot of trouble connecting with people, and I was terrified that would make everyone hate me. My parents threw me this party. They bought all these snacks, they set up all these tables, and they had me invite everybody in my grade. And I was so excited. When I walked into the party and sat down at the table and waited, basically nobody showed up. It was me, enough kids to count on one hand, and my cousin, sitting in this like uncomfortably large backyard with way more tables and chairs that were actually needed. It was the first time I really felt like I didn't belong somewhere. And I remember seeing the giant cake my mom made for the event. And I remember the party ending early and going to my apartment and taking the 75% of the cake that was left, because there was like 5 of us, and going into my room and eating almost the entire thing. And my relationship with emotional eating started there. I just found myself gaining weight so quickly. And I started getting made fun of and bullied by people I saw every day. I'd feel rejected, I'd go home, I'd work on my stuff, I'd eat a lot, I'd gain weight because of it, and I'd go back and I'd get more rejected. Binge eating really became a problem for me after I started trying all these crazy diets to lose weight. There was a good couple year span where I tried everything. I did Weight Watchers, I did the Atkins diet, I went to a fucking hypnotist for Christ's sake. Each one of these times I would see a little bit of immediate progress, and then I'd see it fall off. And most importantly, when it fell off and when I decided I wasn't going to do this diet anymore, the binge I would have after that was so fucking intense because I restricted myself for so long. I found myself looking for opportunities to lock myself in my room so nobody would know what happened. I would get people asking me if I was sick because my face was so swollen from all the salt I would ingest the night before. And it took until like 2011, 2012 for me to realize that I had a problem. First, it was a source of comfort for me. It was an emotional escape. And then as I started getting bullied because of my weight, it became something I hated about myself. It was never about the food, really. It was about hating myself and needing something to blame it on. It was this deeply rooted sadness I had because I felt like I was never accepted. It's so hard. It's always hard. But now I've learned more and more about it. Binge eating disorder is categorized by a series of separate incidents where you either eat uncontrollably with no ability to stop, eat too much way too fast even past being full, eat on an emotional level, to the point where it's actively harming you, where you're hiding it from people, where it's a psychological thing. And if you're dealing with something like this, it deserves to be treated honestly and respectfully. Because it's more than just being fat. I was over twice my current weight, and I'm not anymore, and I still deal with this. It's this compulsion and this tendency to feel like you have to fill something that's missing, because it feels like psychologically and mentally something's not right. And it's really fucking hard, but what's harder than that is when people try and invalidate you by saying that what you're dealing with isn't actually real. Because I've been dealing with it for over 10 years, and I can tell you it is very fucking real. You deserve to be treated with care no matter what your issue is. And you deserve to know that that mental illness, no matter what shape or form it comes in, no matter how mild or severe it is, does not define you. Nobody has the ability to define you or what you're worth except you. So if this sounds at all familiar to you, or if you're worried you might have another condition but be too scared to look into it, please try and get help. Because it's not about you being crazy. It's not about something being wrong with you. It's about you being different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. But when you're different, you have to approach things differently. So you have to know what you're living with. You have to know where your conditions are so you can try and adjust your life accordingly and live the best life you possibly can. For yourself and for the people you care about. This isn't about mental illness. It's about mental health. And your health is very important to me. I've included some links down below for some information on binge eating disorder, as well as some general stuff about mental health. I promise the next video will probably involve me crying a bit less, but I'm glad I was able to share this with you. I feel like it's important. Check out Ravishly.com for more articles about mental health, including stuff that I write. Look up my social media platforms, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, all at Matt Joseph Diaz. Go to my website, mattjosephdiaz.com, where you can find information about me, donate to my work. And if you're watching this on Monday, on Tuesday, May 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, BuzzFeed will be live streaming my next surgery. If you watch some of the other videos, you know I got the surgery on my stomach to remove the excess skin, but I still need to get my chest done, and BuzzFeed's going to be streaming it to a lot of people. So go check out their Facebook or look for my social media to try and find out where it's going to be. Thanks for letting me open up to you, and know that no matter what you find out about your own mental health, you're still such a valuable and important person, and I'm glad you're here. Alright guys, I'll see you later.